Hello and good morning. You are back with the crew. Sorry about this being a very somewhat of a public place here, but the boat was just too much pounding, too much going on over there, and we got too much to talk about. This market, crazy, this volatility, we really expected the beginning of this week to be up, and it wasn't. It's okay. It's not a big deal. The product in which you and I own is not to be looked at hourly. Unless you're a day trader, you don't need to be looking at it hourly. You need to be looking at who's coming to the space, why they're coming, the global movement. And I was talking last night with an investment banker, and he finally reached out to me. He's somebody that I knew, his friend. And he said, well, this guy's not interested. He's kind of interested in crypto, but he dabbles in it personally, but he doesn't see any need for it for the investment banking side of what's happening in the world today. Well, he reached out to me with an email, and he and I exchanged numbers. It's been a great conversation. He's a very low-level player, like all of us are, and he's very new and green to the space. But what was really exciting is the passion in his voice and the amount of people that he's hearing from the ground up that want to get involved. And he's like, wow, how do I get started? Where do I go with this thing? What do I do? And the board isn't really into it. And our investors really aren't interested in crypto at this point. Remember, he's talking about old money, old monetary system. That system is dying. That system's dying, and we have proof of that with the fact that we had a couple of Congress people actually put forward a bill and then get, told or controlled or whatever you would like to put it, and then they voted against their own bill. That's the fear going on at the upper levels of the banking system. It's criminal, in my opinion, what they're doing to the small people of this world. You and I, being the small people. Banking has been a ripoff for centuries. They don't give you any interest rate. That's absurd. I know they're making 8 to 10% on their money minimum a month. I know they are. Okay. Also, banking institutions make a ton of money. Okay, and the life insurance. All you need to do is look at a few things, and just look into life insurance and look into how many trillions of dollars are invested in it from banking institutions. They're making ridiculous amounts of money on their money. And the fact that they're not giving it to the small man is absurd. I don't understand it. It's a level of control and greed that I don't get. Honesty and money is coming. You and I know that. We have XRP. The reason for XRP is honesty and money. The reason for Bitcoin is honesty and money. The reason for Cardano is honesty and government agencies. And with every day that goes by, the puzzle unfolds. We put another few pieces into the puzzle, and every time we do, we get closer to, accountability. Which was funny that the man asked me, he said, so explain the blockchain exactly to me. And I said, well, I don't have to explain the blockchain. That's pretty simple for me to do to him, which I did. I said, let me explain it to you like this. Blockchain is a ledger. It's accountability. It's bookkeeping 101. It's numbers. You cannot lie about what you have or what you own. You can't double spend something. He says, well, we already have that. I said, yeah, we have that in everything when it comes to the middle class down. But the monetary system and the government spending up, we don't have any accountability. We don't even know, there's no accountability. The Fed's never been audited. We have no idea how many digits there really are. What crypto does is brings honesty, open books, open source to the dollar. So the discussion went into, and I flip-flop a lot, like many of us do on this. Is the dollar going away? No. It's virtually impossible for the dollar to go away. I do understand, oh yeah, it used to be based on oil, and it used to be based on gold, and it used to be based on all these other things. I think it's just going to have to find a new backbone, or a new collateral, or a new support system. And I don't think it's going to be a conglomerate of oils and gold and everything else. Maybe it's going to be cryptos, because the perfect ledger is crypto. The problem with crypto is that we need 2 or 3 solid crypto. We don't need 1,000 of them. We don't need 20 of them even. We need 1 or 2 that you're going to say, okay, that one's collateral, this one's transactional, this one becomes money when it goes from point A to point B. And he got that. He was like, wow, okay, I'm following that. He said, so how does the bank profit from it? I said, well, the bank and transactionally, that's where Ripple comes in. They're helping all these banking institutions say, well, this is the monetary system going forward. ISO's coming. We all know that July 15th's coming. We all know those dates are happening. They might kick the can down the road a little bit again, maybe another month or 2 like they keep doing. But the bottom line is they're absolutely going to go to this at one point. I do have a little caveat to it, because there are people. Okay, technology consumes everything. So one of the things is technology will advance. And that's the beauty of a company like Ripple, because they have so many employees, they stay on top of something. They can constantly tweak or change their profile or their code, if you will, to stay up with the times. This is going to be very big going forward. The companies or the coins that are set in stone and you can't move them ever have their advantages as well. But I will tell you that the people who can put a group and come together with governments around the world, and that's what's happening today, guys. Like the presidents in Saudi Arabia, that means so much to what you own. They're building the backbone of what you own. This financial institution is coming together through blockchain, through accountability, through a ledger, and we don't need to get rid of the US dollar. We need to make the US dollar accountable for what it is. I understand all that got printed. It's sort of like closing up our borders, right? It's like, okay, that's it. We're not paying more. We're going to make the dollar what it is today. And we can't make any more of them. Everybody has to be accountable for the ones they have. Nobody wants to change to a new dollar. Nobody wants a world reserve currency. We want an independent world reserve currency. That can only come in the shape of a open source, decentralized, collateralized, with something not semi-scarce, finite. It has to be a finite number. Because, again, you and I are held to accountability to every single zero on the chart, but yet at the top of the chart, nobody knows what accountability is. Nobody knows where the actual numbers are. How does that work going forward in the things that you and I own? You and I own a crypto that we know exactly how many of them there are. We know how many have been burned, and we know how many there's always going to ever be. We're living in a complete alternative world than they're in. The legacy banking system is collapsing one door at a time, one consumer at a time. You and I, we're no longer going to want to bank with those people. We're going to bank with brilliant people like Caitlin Long and Custodial Bank, and we're going to go with the people who are innovators. And it's coming to the banks now. It's not just I own the crypto go up 10x and I make money. It's you're going to make money through the banking products. And speaking of banking products, I have an incredible show this Thursday night. Many people have been asking me, Alan, how is it you're going to get these returns? How are you going to make this? I have a game plan all written out for what I think is coming, the movement that is going to be coming to our world in a macro long term. It's not going to be like, oh, I can run down to the store because Alan run down to my broker, Alan told me to buy this tomorrow. No, but it is going to lay out the coins you're going to want to keep, the coins you may want to sell, the coins you may want to understand and retain, and why you want to retain certain coins over other coins. I can't believe it's been quiet here. This is a very public place, but I'm like, I had to squeeze that in really fast. I'm like, I got to get this out of my head here. Thursday night, I'm going to go over that. I think everybody's getting something from these Thursday night shows. Trust your exit plan, because the views are way up on it and people are really getting something from it. The comments I get from it are amazing. I have to say this about this show and the rest of my shows going forward. The bots have overwhelmed me. I used to try and keep a hold on it, but in the comments section, even if it has my logo on it, it's not me. It's terrible what they're doing, and what I can't even believe they're allowing them to do it. But just understand, I'm never asking you for money. I'm never asking you to sign up for WhatsApp. I'm never asking you to do any of those things. I'm simply asking you, if you ever want to get a hold of me, you go to the website of The Staple Crew. Make sure it's The Staple Crew website. When you go to that, then you can email me and I can get back with you with my number. That's how you get a hold of us. I want you guys all to know that it's been a great week so far. We have a great Thursday night show coming. My Sunday live is going to be fun, but I think we're only like 2 weeks away from Vegas. Oh my God, 2 weeks. We're going to have a blast. I can't wait. Wait till you guys see what I have in store for you, because you're going to see that show in its entirety for 6 hours each day, live streaming from Vegas, from the booth, interviewing all the people and all the channels that you've always watched throughout YouTube in the XRP family and army. And that's coming to you live from Vegas at the show. I can't wait. It's going to be so much fun and so many great guests. Just, I think before the end, before the show comes, I'm going to list the amount of people. There's 20 some odd people now of people that of interest that you guys would all want to know what they have to say about the future, what's coming up, what do you think about crypto, what's going on, how do you really think this whole space is evolved, and all the rest of it. Less about the people that are going to be on the stage, the CEOs of the companies and whatnot. It's going to be more along the lines of content providers, people in the space, wonderful people, like too many names to name, so I'm going to go ahead and get out of this show before this place gets too loud. Just know I love you guys. I will be back. I have a show coming up Thursday. I have a show coming up this Saturday and Sunday. Look for those, and I am out.